We told you earlier that new forensic technology being used in New York State is helping to crack decades-old cold cases. But we also discovered New York's laws have been slow to keep up with that technology. As a result, some of our local cold cases are still cold because police are barred from using those new investigative techniques. I've been asking questions for the past year about why this is and when it will change, and tonight I've got some answers in our Cold Case 13 special investigation. Call them John or Jane Doe. Unidentified remains like those found in Del Mar and Ephrata have stumped law enforcement for years. Despite exhausting all traditional investigative methods, they still don't have a name for the woman whose remains were found in a bag in Ephrata in 2015, or the man whose body was found in Del Mar 40 years ago.
So this case screams 21st century technology.
Bethlehem Commander Adam Hornick says they've got the man's DNA, but there's a problem.
The law doesn't allow us to use that familial DNA for the purpose of identifying a John Doe.
The world of forensic DNA has been exploding. It used to be you needed to find an exact match, but now you can look for a familial match, a relative of the DNA donor.
Who is out there who might be related, so we can use those individuals to start to build a family tree.
State Police Crime Lab System Director Ray Wickenheiser says it dramatically increases your chances of making a successful identification. It's how Rochester police caught the man they say killed a 14-year-old girl in 1984. They never found an exact match to the man's DNA and CODIS, but a partial match to a relative pointed them in his direction. So why can't Hornick use the same technology to identify his John Doe?
We're not looking to identify a suspect in this case. We're looking to identify our victim.
As noted on the Department of Criminal Justice Services website, a familial search cannot be done with unidentified human remains, eliminating a chance to identify victims and provide closure to their families. Back in January, 10 months ago, I started reaching out to DCJS about this, and we've been back and forth multiple times since, asking how things can be this way and when things will change. And I recently found out they're going to. Spokesperson Janine Cava told me that a newly revised policy will allow for the submission of a DNA sample in connection with unidentified human remains. Just not yet. They need time for public comment and possible revisions. There is no timeline yet on this process, Cava told me. So it's coming, but still may not be enough to solve Hornick's case because of yet another limitation. I'll explain that and introduce you to a private lab in Virginia that could finally remove the remaining barriers to solving more of our cold cases. And for anyone who's ever done any online ancestry research, you'll want to be sure to catch this last piece of the special report at 6, because sites like those play a key role in solving these cases.